Hello, I'm David Breeden. I'm the senior minister at First Unitarian
Hello, I'm
Society
David Breeden. I'm the
of
senior minister at
Minneapolis, and
First
we
Unitarian.
are a historically humanist congregation. As a matter of fact, the congregation where the idea of religious humanism was born back in 1916. And this is Coffee and Wisdom. Today we are celebrating the 100th recorded episode of Coffee and Wisdom. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for making this a success. You know, there are lots and lots of programs out there about atheism. There are lots and lots of programs out there about especially evangelical Christian points of view, but very few in terms of humanism, which is a great shame because we see humanism as a progressive and positive answer to people who kind of have doubts about the traditional religious stances of various religions. And so thanks a lot for making us a success. Thanks a lot for watching and going to 100, and we'll see where we get to next. We've been talking this week about humanism and the human condition. That is, considering what humanists see as the answers to the deeper questions of life. This is a famous poem by Stephen Crane called "A Man Said to the Universe." A man said to the universe, "Sir, I exist. However," replied the universe, "the fact has not created in me a sense of obligation." Yes, it's a short poem, but it is a one that expresses the feelings of a lot of people, especially a lot of people who are coming out of traditional religious stances. Stephen Crane, of course, you know him as one of the greatest of American writers. Here he is in the 1890s with his companion Cora Taylor. She is, by the way, recognized as the first female war correspondent. So quite a progressive couple there. But yes, the poem, "A man said to the universe, 'Sir, I exist. However,' replied the universe, 'the fact has not created in me a sense of obligation.'" Well, you know, this is one of those expressions of looking up at the stars, thinking about the meaning of the universe and the cosmos. And guess what? I would say that is what gives humanity, all of our religions, all of our philosophies, is this wonder at what is this all about? Often we think of cavemen or cave people as being, you know, these strange people who went ugh, ugh a lot, but really they weren't, were they? They were great scientists. This fellow has a stick. He has figured out the fact that he is more dangerous as a hunter because he has a sharpened stick. Humanity has always been scientists and philosophers and theologians and physicians and storytellers. And that's one of the things we really need to remember about Homo sapiens and also some of our Neanderthal ancestors as well. You know, because guess what? Here we are today. This is from today. NASA every day posts an astronomy photo of the day. This is the northern boundary of the constellation Pegasus, 50 million light years away. That's seeing a long way, a lot farther than that early ancestor did. We have developed tools far beyond sharpened sticks also, although we often still do dangerous things to each other, but we've also done a lot of constructive things as human beings. And one of them is our further understanding of the universe and the naturalistic belief that we can find out answers about what is around us and what's happening in the universe by looking and studying the laws and learning the laws and applying those laws to more and more stuff. Here's kind of typical. I want to know the meaning of life, says this fellow, and the wise man says, "Have you tried Googling it?" I don't know if you've asked one of your Alexa recently or or Google or any of the other search engines, the meaning of life. There are a lot of answers out there, but humanism has a very specific answer to the meaning of life. One of our forebears is Paul Tillich. He was an existentialist, agnostic, atheist, Christian theologian in the 40s and 50s. And he said this: "Enthusiasm for the universe, in knowing as well as in creating, also answers the question of doubt and meaninglessness. Doubt is the necessary tool of knowledge, and meaninglessness is no threat so long as enthusiasm for the universe and for man is as its center is alive. So, examining the human purpose and what we can do here on the planet. It doesn't get to be too much more of a humanist answer than that one from Paul Tillich. Carl Sagan said, "The hard truth seems to be this. We live in a vast and awesome universe in which daily suns are made and worlds destroyed, where humanity clings to an obscure clod of rock. The significance of our lives and our fragile realm derives from our own wisdom and courage. We are the custodian of life's meaning. We would prefer it to be otherwise, of course, but there is no compelling evidence of a cosmic parent who will care for us and save us for ourselves. It is up to us." And it, again, doesn't get a whole lot more humanist than Carl Sagan's answer. It is up to us. We find life's meaning. We are the custodians of that. Also, we need to care for each other on the planet. That's the humanist answer. So I would say we humanists rewrite Stephen Crane's poem a little bit. We tend to say, "The universe said to a man, 'I have no sense of obligation to you.' Nonetheless, said the man, 'I exist.'" And that has been what we have insisted over the millennia and go on existing. And many of us believe that this is the best way to see reality, in a very hopeful way to see reality, that we are creating our own meaning and purpose. That meaning and purpose has to do with saving humanity and living things and the planet. Not a bad job of work to take on, is it? Well, thanks for listening and for making 100 of our recorded programs possible. You can help us out by going to PayPal or firstunitarian.org/donate. Learn a whole lot more about humanism and First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis by going to YouTube, Facebook. Also, we got Twitter and Instagram presences. This Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, I will be talking about some of these very issues and reflecting on the pandemic and the role of humanity in saving ourselves. Thanks a whole lot, and I'll see you tomorrow.